Welcome to Just Puzzling. My name is Chris. Today we're going to do an extreme Sudoku. Let's get into it and see how we go. I hope you're having a great day. Okay, so as I always start, start in this box here. Just a little nervous habit, I think. 3. And I'm just checking. Oh, 4's already there, so I'm just checking by seeing what it is. So say for the 5 that I've just entered there, 5 can't be in this column because of that 5. So, but there's nothing else to say the 5 can't be one of those. 6, 7, bottom 2 rows, and 8, which can be anything. I've just returned from golf today. Was going really well until I played the last one. Par 3, got a 7 in the sand, whacked it out of the sand, magnificent hit if I had meant it, and then out it goes, across the thing, into a garden bed, par 3, 7. So, hopefully this is a little bit more successful than my golf game. But I tell you, I love golf. It's a lot of fun. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. By the way, feel more than welcome to comment if there's something that's not making sense to you. I'll explain my thought process and see how I go. Alright, so what I do here is I'm basically just sitting here trying to find all of my notes. You may see that I make mistakes. I might end up putting a 3 here when it's not a case. What I tend to do is then work through it and look through the numbers and just check that I'm doing it right from there. 5 is going to be these 2 here, 6, 7, 8. Looks like 8 is going to be my problem. Seems to be everywhere. Oops. And 9 is one of these 4. Okay. 1 will be top and bottom row. 2 will be these 4. 3 is already there. 4 is the same as 2's at the moment. 7's are these 2. 8. I did say 8 was going to be a problem. And in this case, 9's are not much better. So the reason the 8's are a problem is there's only one 8 there. Actually, I've got the 9 wrong. 9's is 3, but the 8's I can only see 1. So that's going to mean that basically this box will be full of 8s. So we've just got to work our way through it. Okay, keeping on going. 1 is there. 2 is there. I'm in Australia. I'm doing this just around dinner time. I'm hoping to do this quickly because dinner's actually on. If I disappear from the screen, it's because I'll have to turn my dinner off. 4's everywhere apparently. 5 there. 6 is either there or there. 7, 8, and 9. 1, 2 is in there. So 2 can't be in that row, can't be in that row. So 2 can be there. So that 2 comes out. 3 will only be in this column. The reason being 3 can't be in that column and there's 3 there, so that leaves that there. 4 will be here, 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 or here. 5 can be there or there. 6 can be here. 7, those ones. 8's there, and 9's the bottom row. Now, interesting, for some reason, I don't have, so I'm going to say 9's here, and I'm going to look up here, and I reckon I'm short 9's. I didn't put 9's in there for some reason. Don't know why. Okay, 1 can't be in that one because of that one there, which means that 1 can only be those, so I can get rid of those ones. 2 3. Looks like it's all of them. If you hear my phone blinking, I apologise. I should have put it away, but I won't be distracted from the task at hand unless the phone rings and it's someone I need to talk to. Alright, 1, 2, 3 with those. 4, 5. Oh, no. 5 can only be there and there, so that is my 5. Interesting. Okay, 6 can be here, here, here or here. 7 can be in all of those bottom one. 8, once again, our friend the 8 is everywhere, and 9 are those bottom 3. Okay, 1 is one of those two, 2's there, 3 is one of those 3. Interesting. So 1 and 1 is there, 3 is down this one, so that's a 1 and a 3 because of that and there. So maybe that'll be the secret to this one, but we'll see. Oops, apparently I don't know how to hit the buttons. 6, 6, 6, 7's there, 8 is down that column there, which means they can't be an 8. 9 is everywhere. Okay, so we have, and see, once I've told you that they were 1 and 3 only, I still put 1 and 3 in there. Okay, so how I go about checking is I actually press the 1 and see that they make sense. So, because 1 and 1 is that column, in this row here, they can only be in that. Right? 1 is in this column, so they can only be top and bottom, which they are. And 1, look at this. 1 is on its own there. Right? Because it cannot be in that and that, or that, because of that one and that one. So there's a 1 there. Let's see, does that actually help us? Doesn't hurt us. Okay, so we'll do 2. So 2, I've made a mistake there, which is what I tend to do. So we'll get rid of those 2, and that's why I'm checking, right? So 2 is there, 2 is on all of these side here, 2 is there, 2, so that makes sense. 3. Okay, 3 is top and bottom of these 2 rows, so that makes sense. 3 is top and bottom, and 3 is in all cells up and down. Okay, 4. Okay, so once again I've made a mistake. Those 2 can't be a 4 because of that 4. 4. And by the way, that phone binging before is probably the golf chat mocking me for my golf game. 4s look like they are correct in how they're set up. 5 is there, 5 is there. Interesting, that's not a 5 because of that 5 there. 5 over here, so 5 because of that leaves that one there. Okay, so what that also does, which is interesting, is if you have a look down this column here, when I come back, I'm going to click the 5. Where is the 5 on there? It is only in one spot, and that's there. There's the phone going again. If you're hearing it, I do apologise. 5, 5, 5, right, so 6. 6 looks right in terms of these columns because it can't be, the 6 is not in this column, but it can be in that column and that column. 6 all pretty much makes sense. 7, okay, so 7 can only be there, it's not there, which leads that can't be a 7 and that can't be a 7, and if I look at the 7 here, I've got a 7 and a 7 there, so that makes sense. What it's done for me though is 7 isn't here and here, it's only there, so 7. Okay, now what it's also done here is 7 can only be there, so that's a 7, and we'll check the 9s, but it looks like I've got a 9 and an 8 there, so that looks good, but we'll check them before we continue on. 7 looks right in terms of that, I don't see anything. So 8, there's a 1, 8. Now, Why? So because the 8's there, that means that that's the only place I can have an 8. So even though I only had one 8, it's actually come out that it's helped me pretty well. The 8's look all right. What's interesting to me is if that 9 is not, if this 9's correct, that becomes an 8, but we'll see. So 9. Let's do it. 1, 2, 2. So that's a 2 there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so we're gonna trust that we've done the process right now, and what we're going to do is we're just going to follow our nose in terms of what is actually drops out in terms of the numbers. So you can see here that on its own, you can see there that the 6 is on its own. Okay, we can see that a 3 somehow come on its own, 9, 4. So I'm just following the dotted lines. The 4 is there. There's an 8 up there. If I hit the 4, it can only be at the top, which means that can only be a 4, and we've done all the 4s. What else have we got? We can see that that's a 1. We can see that's a 2, which makes that a 1. Over here we can see a 7. We can see a 2 here. We can see that that's the only 3. 7, 8, 1. Okay, so the only 8 is there. Interesting that the 8 is still a bit of a hard, so the 3 has been taken, the 1 has been taken, and this really has fallen out because we found the 1 and the 3, I believe. Right, so this is the case of the extremes that we do, right? So 3 and 6, so that's got to be an 8, that's got to be a 1, 6. I have said this before, I do feel like this is a bit of cheating because because I've done all the work, this is really just taking care of itself, right? So as long as I follow the bouncing ball pretty well, I should have this pop out. So 9, 9, 3, 3, 2, 2, and 7. All right, so that has taken us just on about 12.5 minutes. We've done pretty well. I'm pretty happy with how that's gone. You can see that my winning streak at the present time is 95. Let us know in the comments what you think. What do you think I need improving and all that sort of stuff. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.